What is going on, everyone, and welcome to r/EntitledParents. Now, in today's first story, an entitled parent's gender reveal party is apparently more important than the actual birthday of a 4-year-old son. I don't really know why, but let's jump straight into it and find out. But just quickly, if you are new around here, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm trying to hit 600,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and according to my YouTube analytics, a lot of you watching right now aren't actually subscribed. So hit the button and let's get to 600k. My sister-in-law tried to hijack my son's birthday for her gender reveal party. My husband and I have 2 children, both boys, now aged 11 and 14. My husband's younger sister now has 3 children, aged 7, the girl, 5 and 3, 2 boys. The year my youngest sister, let's shorten to YS for the story, was turning 4, he asked for a birthday party. He was not yet in school, and so he did not know anyone but family, and there were no children other than his brother that were able to attend. Luckily, his favourite people in the world are Grandpa and Gma, Dad's parents. Gma is like a big kid. She's super fun and energetic. She acts much like a kid herself, and my boys adore her. The party was to be on his birthday. This is important. Being the wonderful grandparents they are, they agreed and requested that time off from their jobs. We also invited all close by family, including my sister-in-law, the entitled mother of the story. Months go by, and it's now about a week and a half before my son's big day. I've bought the decorations, planned the menu, and pumped him up. I like to sing a final countdown song as I prepare breakfast in the morning. One afternoon, I received a call from my sister-in-law who was about to find out the sex of her baby. She's pregnant with baby number 1. Now, she wants to plan a gender reveal party, but she's called her friends and family and discovered that most work and therefore can't attend without several weeks' notice for their jobs. The only day everyone just so happens to have off is my son's birthday. Would I be willing to move my son's birthday party to another day so she can have her party? At this point, it may bear mentioning that she already has had 3 baby showers planned and has asked me to make the food out of pocket for one of the showers. Most people being asked to attend her gender reveal party were already attending multiple baby showers for her. I am pretty friendly and passive. This caught me very off guard. I tried to gently tell her that my son was looking forward to this and we've had it planned for months, which is why everyone had it off from work. She feigned sympathy but still urged me to please move my son's birthday party to a time that everyone could later attend and let her have this open date for her party for her first baby while you've already had 2. Besides, your younger son loves babies and would want to go to her party too. He could still come to my party and see everyone he loves and then get to do it all over again when everyone can request time off. I didn't have time to gather a response as she steamrolled over me saying, okay, if they want to go, I won't make them come to my younger son's party, but I can't go to your party. We have plans. And her responding, thanks. I was angry. She had pulled this kind of thing with other people before. I have tons of stories, but she had always really loved my boys and never tried this with me, or not to this extreme anyway. I didn't know how to react other than vent to my husband, her brother, who wasn't surprised at all and said not to worry and that their dad would set her straight. Funny enough, I was talking to my husband when I saw him, my father-in-law, calling my phone. I answered and he said that my sister-in-law had told him I had no problem with her hijacking my son's birthday, and I had insisted she have the party and everyone go to that one instead of my son's. He said if this was true that he would attend her party, but he would way rather go to the party of my youngest son. He'd already gotten presents and they were excited about celebrating a kid that's already here on his big day. I very happily told him that I was never going to cancel his birthday or make him sit through someone else's party on his big day. I mean, he's 4 and I've been counting down for him every morning. What kind of monster would I be? I said that I had told my sister-in-law that people could go to that if they preferred, but that we would not be attending. He said that sounds about right and had told her that he's actually going to my younger son's party since he requested time off for that, and if she wants another party another day to give him notice. She cancelled or never organised the party and then talked about me behind my back to anyone that would listen for years to follow. Oh, honestly, imagine trying to hack a 4-year-old's birthday. I mean, Seriously, it's not as if a gender reveal is that important anyway, and we've seen the damage that they can do. They're probably just not really a good thing in general. I mean, fair enough, if they're done safely, they're fine. But a gender reveal is not really specific to any day. It doesn't matter on what day you reveal the gender of your baby early before it's born, does it? Whereas someone's actual birthday is obviously the only day in an entire year that is their birthday, and therefore it's their special day. They're not going to want to go to your gender reveal party, and how dare you try and take people away from someone's birthday when they want their party on that exact day, their most special day of the entire year. It's their birthday, for crying out loud. Oh, what a witch. Now for our next story. Entitled mum tries to stop me from swimming in a swim meet. Backstory. I swim competitively in a club. This club is like most other swim clubs in the country. We have meets against other teams, and sometimes we have meets within the team. At the time of this story, I am at a meet against a rival swim team about to race. So I was getting ready to swim, doing stretches, when the lady timing the lane, the entitled mum, taps my shoulder. "Can you move a bit? My son is swimming next." "Sorry mum, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to swim after the group in front finishes." "What do you mean? I'm sure you've made a mistake. Please move to the side now." The entitled mum shuffled to the side to reveal her son, who looked pretty young, or maybe just short. He was in the other team and looked kinda confused. How old is your son? I'm pretty sure he's supposed to swim in the other pool." The older kids were racing in a different pool than the younger kids. "I know for a fact that my son is supposed to swim in this pool, in this lane. Now please move." The entitled mum's son started telling his mum that he thought that I was correct, but the entitled mum waved him off. Mom, can you get the stopwatch ready? I'm swimming in like 20 seconds. The entitled mum then raises her voice. "I think that you mean that my son is about to swim. Now, please move to the side. I want my son to get a good time." The official blew his whistle and the swimmers in the other lanes got onto the starting blocks. When I began stepping up on the blocks, the entitled mum grabbed my wrist and pulled me back. Of course, I was annoyed. "What are you doing? I'm about to swim." "Well, that is it." The entitled mum pulls me back and pushes her son up to the starting blocks, and before I could even try to stop it, the official says, "Take your marks," and I yelled towards him, Wait a sec." The official put down his microphone and yelled, "Quiet down, son, a swim meet is going on," towards me, plus 100 self-confidence for the entitled mum. Then another official ran up to us. "What is going on here?" This lady is trying to stop me from— My son is trying to swim, but this spoiled brat here," me apparently, "is trying to stop him." The official looked at the entitled mum's child on the starting blocks, then calmly said, "Son, get down from there. You're supposed to swim in the other pool." "What do you mean? My son is supposed to swim next. What do you mean he is supposed to—" The official just waved her off and helped her son get off the blocks. He took the stopwatch from the entitled mum. "You can go now, mom. I can time this kid." The entitled mum angrily walks away, her son right behind her, running to get to the other pool. The official let me get up on the blocks, and I finally swam my race. What a day. Well, you know what, mate? After all that rubbish that you had to go through, I just hope you won your race. Because imagine you went through all of that, got up on the blocks just in time, and then lost. Wouldn't really be worth it, would it? You might as well have let the kids swim the race if you were going to lose anyway. So anyway, I hope you won. I'm sure you did. You seem like an excellent swimmer from what you wrote there. All good. Now for our third story. Entitled kid kicks down our sandcastle, regrets it. Being that it is coming into summer here and was a lovely day yesterday, my family decided to go to the beach. I joined them because why not? I haven't spent any time with them in a while, and it would be nice to have a relaxing, carefree day at the beach. Boy, was I wrong. We get to the beach and it is lovely. We have some drinks and food, look for crabs, and I spend a lot of time with my 9-year-old sister, which she really enjoyed, as she hadn't seen much of me, her big brother, in a while. Eventually, my sister wanted to make a sandcastle, and because I'm lazy and don't want to have to keep digging up sand with my hands, we forgot the shovel and bucket. I suggest we just build sand around a rock to make it bigger for less effort. I'm sure you can see where this is going. So we roll over a large rock and get to work. It looks good. We add all the details, leaf flag and the sort, then go into the sea to wash off. Not a few minutes later, an entitled mum and her entitled kid are walking towards our sandcastle, and the entitled kid just takes a big, hard, swinging kick at it and wrecks his foot. To his credit, he did wobble the sandcastle enough to kick most of the sand facade off of the rock structure, so it was a powerful kick. Of course, the kid starts wailing and crying, and the entitled mum is looking like he was just run over by a semi-truck. She immediately comes over to us, now with our parents, and demands to know why we would do such an awful thing, claiming we did it deliberately to hurt her son. We tell her, hey, that was a really bratty thing for your son to do. He shouldn't have tried to destroy our sandcastle in the first place, and this was karma. She did not like that and said, no, we put that rock there deliberately to cause harm, and that is assault. And we had better hope we can change her mind about calling the police. It became pretty clear what was going on here. My parents and her were arguing back and forth about who was to blame, and I butted in and asked her how she even knew it was our sandcastle. To which she snapped, I saw you build it, don't lie to me. And very quickly she became quieter, realizing her mistake. I asked the sniffling kid why he kicked over the sandcastle, and he defensively said, my mum said I could. And before we could confront her about her little scheme, she took him by the arm and stormed off. We left soon after that, and I didn't see her or her kid along the beach as we were walking away. Christ, what a horrible person you have to be to tell your kid to go and kick over someone's sandcastle. I can't even think of the reason why you do that. Do you get pleasure out of seeing your kid kick over another kid's sandcastle? I don't really know. Or maybe it's the fact that you as a mother can't be bothered to build a sandcastle with your own kid, so therefore you're like, just go and destroy theirs. I just don't get it. But yeah, the karma unfortunately was put upon the entitled kid, who by the way doesn't even seem that entitled. He was told to kick over someone else's sandcastle. If only the entitled mum had been the one to, kick over the sandcastle, that would have been much better karma because of course she would have got hurt. By the way, can I just say this? Putting rocks in sandcastles is kind of a brilliant idea because that means that anyone who eventually does try and kick them down would get hurt, right? I can't really think if that's, there's a negative connotation to that, but in my opinion, we should be putting more rocks in sandcastles. Now moving on to our final story, Karen harasses me in my own dang home and makes a fool of herself. I live in a ground floor apartment in the middle of my little town with a small courtyard at the back. There's a lovely set of glass sliding doors that open from the living room into said courtyard, and on the other side of the courtyard fence is a public footpath with a public car park behind it. It's lunchtime here at the moment, so there's a person walking past every 5 minutes or so. It's also useful to know, for context, that I'm physically disabled and use a walking stick. My genetic disorder, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, also makes me look significantly younger than I am. So, despite being 31 years old, I'm often mistaken for a teenager, especially by Karens, for whom I seem to be a goddamn magnet. Anyway, on to the story. So I was sitting on my sofa, watching TV and eating my lunch, when I spotted one of those little black millipedes on the carpet. We get a lot of them at this time of year. So I use an empty muesli bar box to scoop it up and chuck it over the fence, so that it hopefully won't come back into the apartment. No big deal, right? There was this Karen walking along the footpath, a fair way down from our fence, and she yelled something like, I saw what you just did. I didn't think she was barking at me, since I hadn't done anything wrong or unusual, so I just went back inside. She then, though, appeared at our back gate, shouting at me for throwing rubbish over the fence and littering. I told her I'd thrown a millipede over the fence that I'd found on the carpet, but she accused me of lying and said she'd seen me throw a box. I opened the fly screen and held up the empty muesli bar box and said, you mean this one? She froze and stammered a bit before saying, well, obviously you threw something else then. Like I was being the idiot here, lol. I said, then where is it? And this dog actually started scouring the flower bed between the footpath and the car park for the imaginary rubbish she was adamant I'd thrown. I guess she found nothing she could even reasonably accuse me of having thrown out there, because she came back to the fence and barked, if I ever catch you littering again, missy, you'll be dealing with the police. So I said, sure, I'd love to tell them about you harassing a disabled woman in her own home. We'll see how that goes for you. And she stormed off, lamau. Like, what the actual F? I get dealing with Karens in the wild, but in my own goddamn home? I wish I'd thought to snap a photo of her just in case. Hindsight is 2020. Dude, that is honestly what I think with literally all these entitled parent stories that I read. I just wish that some part of it was filmed, because it would be so much better if I could read the story and then watch the video to, you know, find out what really happened other than just words written on a screen. It'd be so good. Yeah, you do get a few that are filmed and those are amazing, but I wish just people got their camera out more to film these entitled people and really put them in their place and put them online, you know, to spread them and spread how Karen-like they are. It'd be amazing. Anyway guys, that is going to do it for this episode of Entitled Parents. If you have enjoyed it, let me know by commenting down below. And also, if you are new around here, look at this lovely button. It's here. I'm trying to caress it so you can touch it and subscribe to my channel. Also, watch them more straight away. I've got loads of Entitled Parents videos up on my channel right now. So hit this playlist, watch them all, and I'll see you all tomorrow with a brand new video.